Hello, you lovely people. Hi, you kindly folk. It's been a while since we last met, our adventures left unwoke. We've got our maps and dice in hand and tales that still provoke. Together we will journey on, our laughter will evoke. Throughout the magic realms we'll go as friendship grows and grows. So hello, you lovely people, and hi, you kindly folk.
Hello, you lovely people, and hi, you kindly folk. I'm really excited to play a D&D game with all of you today for the first time in ever. I'm DM Josh, and this is a little bit different. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun in games, or at least I'm going to try, and I'm pretty stoked about it. So we are going to jump into a one-shot that is just a little bit different, a different style, a different vibe, and just a couple of little things out. First, for all of my players today, first one, thank you. I'm really, really excited to play with all of you, and I can't imagine a better group of people to run a game with. You guys are great, and I'm already excited and very intimidated by your talent. So thanks. We have a group of players here who've been playing together for a long time as a team, and tonight we're all just going to go out to left field a little bit, including Kyle getting to be a player, me getting to be a DM, and then let's see where this takes us. Ladies and gentlemen and friends and folk, welcome to the Gutter Games. You see, in the town of Duransport, every 3 years is a great Olympiad of events called the Iron Crown, where adventurers from all over the land, crossing oceans, come to stake their claim to become the best, to carry the titles that bring them fame, fortune, and virtue. But that's upstairs. Where the Iron Crown is, there are so many adventurers who would love to have a taste, love to grow, love to learn, love to make a crew, love to have a chance, a shot at something great. So in the Underdarn, in a city that sits on a giant cliff, under the cliff is a whole other town that runs the industry, that runs the sweaty places, that runs the manufacturing, that runs the breweries, and is, to be honest, more fun and has better music. And that is where we find ourselves today, because at the same time that the Iron Crown tournaments are going on, so exist the Gutter Games. Most people don't know about it. Most people don't care, but you do. You've been learning things for a while. You've had some adventures, but something's brought you here to be able to step it up a notch. People come to the Gutter Games for all sorts of different reasons. Maybe they're here to make money. Maybe they're here to make connections. Maybe they're here to find a path to the Iron Crown. It's a start for a lot of people. And that is where we find ourselves today. I don't have music to play, but I want you to imagine bad tavern music and an out-of-tune accordion and the creaking of ships on the harbor that makes things feel somehow rhythmic and joyful, but just not right. And there's a grime that covers everything, even the music. It feels just the way it ought to for a space just like this. You look around and you see all sorts of people. You see all sorts of races, and people are in these weird sort of lines. It's almost like there's organization, except there's kind of not. But you find yourself sort of falling into a queue, heading towards a main gathering area where you see a small halfling male who's got a blonde pompadour and a patchwork of a vest made of great materials that show that he really used to be somebody.
Well, hi there, I'm Braylon Bugleton, and I'm here to register. She's gonna walk up, and you are looking at about 3 foot nothing, blonde-haired, kind of feisty gnome. She is adorned in leather armor with it's like 2 short swords to her, but I mean, really, they're only daggers.
Well, hello, Braylon Bugleton. And he takes a few steps off of his platform. He holds out his hand and he says, my name is Pippinsley Pifflesworth, Pindolapin Pebblesby the Ninth, and my friends call me Tim Oh, they call me Pip. That'd be crazy, right? No, it's Pip. It's Pip. Sorry. Listen, I don't think you belong with any of these other teams quite yet. They're not, I don't think, up to snuff. He looks at your armor and he looks at General Sense and he's like, something about this isn't quite lining up for me. So I think I want to look around and just like hold tight a second. Just a moment there. And he looks over and he looks into the crowd in the line of people here for the gutter games and says, no, you, and points to Kyle. And Kyle, I'd like to hear about who Pip has pointed at.
Hi, mate. It's me, Cookie. I'm a cook. I'm an orc, and I'm a cook. I've got bleach blonde hair, and I'm really big. And I'm the cook. That's why they call me Cookie.
No, I understand. I do see that on your registration sheet you wrote cook and then the big letter E taking up the entire rest of the form.
Cookie.
Honestly, I think, Cookie, I can see it for sure. Thank you, Cookie. I'm going to have you just stand right there and like, oh my God, look at the size of it.
There's the big fella.
Oh, I have ideas for you. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, no, you're up next. And he points to Niall.
Standing before you, you see a very, very tall, thin, upper scale dragonborn with an elongated snout, and his ears kind of go back, kind of a little bit like fins, and at the bottom of the tip of his snout, just kind of the scales kind of protrude, just like the little bit of a goatee.
Well, aren't you a tall drink of probably boiling hot water?
And he's very thin, though, for a dragon. And he's wearing long white robes adorned with gold filigree with a white cane-like staff.
Well, aren't you different than so much of what we see? You tall, hot drink of water, you white robes, crazy in this sort of environment. This place literally smells like the notion of grime. But, look at you.
He
What's your
looks
name?
so clean and proper, and he looks a little bit like he's looking down on you, but not because he's taller than you, but because he thinks he is just above you as a person.
Well, you tell us your name then, your snoutliness.
He'll kind of just grunt at you.
Honestly,
Like you should already know his name, and he's just not ready to give it to you yet.
That's better than I get for most Dragonborns. Go stand over there on the little park. I'm not sure if you're quite for this team or not. Maybe, I don't know. They're so douchey over there. No, it's too much douche. I can't do that. Okay, no, sit over there. I'll get this aligned in a second. I need oh my. Hello, he says to Lily. And Lily, I'd like you to tell us what sees.
Okay, so you see this tall, muscular woman who's got this like glowing skin and these like bright golden piercing eyes and this like long white hair. She's like an Aasimar, and she just like strides forward with like such embodied confidence, and she kind of like glances around like she's assessing what's going on. And she's like picking people out of the crowd, and she kind of her gaze kind of falls to this group, and she nods and she says, yes, well, this should be fine. I am Syra, and I hope we're all ready to get started here.
Oh, indeed, Syra, I think we are. And I look over at her and I look at Cookie, and I'm like, you just see Pip's eyes start to become joyful, but you also see his brain spinning, and he looks over at the tall, lithe dragonborn, and he looks over at the small blonde warrior and says, "What goodness, I look around here, this is one of the nice things about being the person who runs the gutter games, Sometimes I get to see talent. Sometimes I get to send them on silly things and then watch them die and make money off of their corpses. It's fun. Great deal of coin to be made, but I don't think that way about you. But I do wonder if you can back up what you look like. So, crew, welcome. You're now a team. Decided. Oh, it's the nice thing about running the games. I don't have a name for you yet. I'll get one, and you'll love it or you'll hate it, and you don't get a choice. It's totally unfair. Your exploitated labor goes for miles. But I do want to see really what this team has to offer beyond an impressive look. Look around you, and you see in this town area plateau over this cliffed overhang, you see stables, and you see carts, and you see gaming booths, and you see a few small open arenas where people are scrapping. You see where people are taming horses. You think you see someone doing stand-up comedy over there, maybe? I'm not sure. You see a ton of other competitions. Actually, no. Do you know what? I want all of you to roll a perception or investigation check, whatever you feel like works for you.
You just had to pick investigation, didn't you?
I said investigation or perception, whatever works for you, Holmes.
Well, I rolled real shit, so 13.
I'm going to roll investigation with a -1, only because I'm not looking.
Braylon isn't looking either. She's like shining something off of her.
So please do tell me where did your rolls land?
It's 2. That's 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle.
And that's like no modifier. That's flat 2.
Flat 2.
Flat 2.
God, brilliant, perfect.
8 -1 for 7.
For 7. All right, Niall.
13 with my really
13?
crummy roll. Yeah.
Lily.
And only a 10 for Syra.
And a 10. Wow, this team's awesome. You do notice, because it's not hard, you do see a variety of events that are happening. You know that most of these events are mirrored by events that happen upstairs in the above cliff for the Iron Crown, but we aren't in the same space. Here's what you see. There are fighting pits, 1-on-1, 2-on-2. There is archery competitions. There are archery competitions, rather. There are what seems to be a talent show, because where that one guy was doing stand-up comedy, someone else is now doing card tricks, you think? Maybe? It's weird. And there are a bunch of people with serving big platters of food, and it seems like they're racing each other. And you see Pip rear back and say, well, if what I think about this crew is correct, I think maybe I want to see where you want to compete. You see anything that tickles your fancy, or should I simply assign you a task? And you won't like it. As he laughs, you see that the old vest that used to look expensive tears a bit more as he's gained weight since he last wore it and laughed this hard. Knowing what you see, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna tap Cookie and be like, you like cooking, Cookie? Why don't you go and race them there food trays? Be good at that.
Cook.
Cookie cook. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep that one close to my chest. Just curious if anyone else might have an idea or two. By the way, I'm sorry for making fun of your accent. I think it's charming. And I love your haircut. I'm just nuts about it. I'm sorry for not understanding what I mean. But have you thought about maybe trying to kick some ass? Yeah, no, you, small blonde one who threatens me and makes me feel inferior.
I mean, I could kick ass. Small, but I'm good at it.
I mean, clearly, I'm afraid of you in almost every sense of the word. You feel like fighting? Would you want to go one-on-one, or would you want to find a teamie?
Well, I like fighting. I don't know if they like fighting.
Well, I'll let you sort it amongst yourselves. Let me know when you find out.
Sorry.
I'd fight with her.
I don't mean to be rude, but are you a boy dragon or a girl dragon? Just
None
curious.
of your concern.
I might look up that dress of yours later. Just gonna tell you, if you don't tell me, I'ma find out.
He's quite small. I don't even know if it'd be her fault.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing 2 for combat. I'm hearing 1 for the cooking competition.
The best part
But
is
what about the flowy model like this one over here who's, goodness, I think I used to know all the words and then you make me forget them. What do you feel like doing around here? Look around.
Yeah, Shug, you can get faster with us, or...
What was that? Do I want to get feisty with you?
No, her, Sugar.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just going to back off a little bit. Sorry, you guys go ahead.
No.
Well, sweetheart, I did come here to kill something with this awfully large sword, and she draws a huge great sword from her back, and she just starts shining it, polishing it, and then tucks it back in. But honestly, I think I can do any of these events. Doesn't seem like much of a challenge.
I think you could too there, Shug.
Oh, there's something every now and again. I find a certain competitor, and let me tell you, tall, freaky one, perfect for fighting. Small, blonde, angry one is going to win. By the way, spoiler alert, put money on it. It seems like a clean thing. The one who wants to cook, I am genuinely concerned for everyone's food and safety health. You confuse me. I don't quite know where to put you, but if you can't win something, you get to leave. And maybe you haven't heard that before there, lovely wings. But you have to prove yourself in the gutter games.
Call me the angry one?
A little bit. Unintended.
Well, I think there was full intention, but I'll deal with it.
Okay, well.
I've been called worse.
So what about you, Wings? You have something to say or do, or are you just here to take up the view?
Oh, I'm here to do much more than take up the view. In fact, I'll prove myself in any of your games. Pick one, and I'll complete it. Pick another, I'll complete that one too. I'm not afraid.
Oh, goodness, I think maybe this is what I've been waiting for. It's not something I planned, and maybe getting a wee bit meta here, but I think you and I will have a discussion and a competition ourselves later. But for now, I want to take these 2 to the ring. And Pip grabs both, oh gosh, sorry, I didn't write down your names.
Well, we don't
Ashley,
know his name.
once more, please.
Braylon.
Braylon. Okay. So, Braylon, and you, non-speaking, tall, white-clothed, condescending, long snout, if you can give me a name that's shorter than that, I'd appreciate it. It's a waste of all of our times. You have a name.
You don't deserve my name.
She deserves my name, and Braylon are our next competitors. And he pushes you forward into the circle. And you hear drums start to thump, and you hear drums start to beat, and you see the crowd suddenly that has been disparate start to gather around. Waiting and seeing who's about to emerge as 2 stacked, muscular bandits come out. One wearing an insignia that generally is considered uncouth, and one wearing an insignia that is generally considered very dangerous. These aren't people who came here with a group. These are people who came here with an agenda, and they are now running at you. Roll initiative.
While we roll initiative.
Just roll initiative. 5, 7.
The tall dragon that is wearing robes leans down to Braylon and says, Ator Chua is my name. And he's going to pull out a bone dragon skull mask and put it on his face. So he's just...
I wish he had the I really wish... You can say that, but you have not yet had the opportunity to pull out the mask before an arrow is shot at you. Okay. The first bandit misses you as it just flies over your shoulder, and you feel off of your sort of goatee-ish scales, you feel a flutter, and that's an arrow flying by your goddamned face. It is now Braylon's turn.
I don't like where you're shooting there. And as a bonus action, she is going to use Giant's Might and suddenly get much bigger. She is going to walk up to the one who shot the arrow and swing her short sword.
The crowd, 23 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Can you please roll damage?
Mm-hmm. I believe that also gives me an extra d6. Hold on, let me just double check that.
An extra d6.
Yes, okay. So, it is a 9 plus... hold on 1 second. D6. Oh, and that was a 4, so 13 points of damage.
The bandit tries to block your attack and doesn't realize that you're not hitting his sword, you're cutting through both of his arms. And he drops his blade as you lop off both of his arms. He screams and falls and looks up at someone who is somehow bigger than they were before, and he discovers what fear is. Niall, it's your turn.
A free action to put my mask on as he...
Free action to put your mask on.
As Tortua walks in to go back to back with Braylon, and he is going to cast Mage Armor on himself. But in doing so, which makes his AC now 15, but he basically, a white aura comes up as his arcane ward gives him temporary HP. 6 plus 4, 10 of those, which is excellent. So as a wizard, I essentially have 33 hit points.
So as you stand up next to the small warrior who's suddenly grown into an incredible size and has lopped off the arms, you bunker in and stand back to back, and it looks like an 80s action movie poster that I would spend all of my March break watching time and time again. And the last one, seeing his friend's bloody arms, decides to still fight you. Natural ones. His attack throws his sword at your snout for a nat 1, which I'm assuming now doesn't hit.
It doesn't, but if you wanted to say that it hit my face and just fell to the ground because it didn't.
That's really what I'm hoping for. I would love to see it not only hit your face, but shatter into pieces.
It breaks out the dragon bone skull mask.
Sorry, does the dragon's... does the dragon skull bone mask, is it impacted? Is it healthy?
It's just a flavor thing. It's just a mask.
I'm just wondering if you feel like it's damaged or if it didn't take a hit.
I mean, if
it was a natural one, it's really your choice.
It's probably like it was already a damaged sword and it shattered hitting bone.
Yeah, no, none of these people were what you would call well funded, and so the armless one crawls back, screaming that they want to quit.
I want my mommy.
It's
Can I say something in response?
Nope.
Just say stuff? No? Okay, that's fine.
Listen here, Shug. All you had to do was say you're sorry to my dragon friend. But quitting's for losers, and I don't think you can. I'm just gonna swing at him again.
Roll an attack at advantage.
17?
Roll it at advantage.
Okay,
It doesn't have any arms. I feel like you get advantage.
Yeah, no, 17. 17's better.
Hey, neat. Roll damage.
Okay. So 10 plus the d6. 11.
You thwack him and you cut off he cut off one of his legs. He has one limb left and is bleeding out. Now it's your turn.
Tortua is going to look down at him, and he's going to take a sidestep away from Braylon as he just looks down, takes a big breath in, and with a, I believe it's a 15-foot cone. Let me just look up. I don't know how breath works.
You gonna Dragonborn breath a guy with one leg?
Yes.
All right.
Where is it? Yeah, so a 15-foot cone. Can I hit both of them in that?
I mean, probably.
Excellent.
He can't get out of the way.
I need them to make dexterity saves.
I mean,
He's gonna...
I think one leg is severely disadvantaged.
Okay, authentically, I rolled another natural 1. The other guy also got really screwed here. Please tell me what happens when he's caught in your cone of violence.
So as he takes his big breath, he breathes out a huge 15-foot cone of just pure golden acid as they take 6 points of acid damage.
So the one that had one leg left, in case you were curious, dies.
Excellent. He's melting.
He was crawling away, trying to. At that point, he's just kind of wiggling and managed to worm himself into a whole pool of your acid. And his face melts first, and it takes him a long time to stop screaming. The other one is also blown back somehow by the acid attack, and while his face and core and front are melting, he's been pushed against the rough stone walls to a point where it's pretty sure his back is broken. The crowd doesn't really cheer. Everyone just wants a cup of tea now and needs to probably go talk to a friend. You guys won the gutter games, and Pip comes over and says, "Wow, holy shit! Great work. Love the effort. Love the flair. Love the melting. Please stop and just go take a little backseat, and here's your voucher. I need to talk to you after." You get a small pressing of cloth into your hand that has an X on it in red that has other letters that you don't know. Does anyone speak thieves' cant?
Nope.
I don't believe I do. No?
Neat. You guys have a piece of cloth and are put in the sidelines while people essentially mop up your opponents or squeegee them up. This was bad. Hip steps back up onto his platform and says, "Well, oh goodness, don't we see a lot in the gutter games? Clean that shit up. Okay, next up here. Let's look over. Let's give the combat time a chance to break. Who's hungry?" And he looks over to you, Cookie, and says, "Around here, there's things that you can make, and there's things that you can find. This is the challenge that we give to people who believe that they have things to make or things to do to make us all eat and feel better. I want you to bring us a meal. You have 5 minutes and no ingredients. Here is a plate." And she tosses you a plate. I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
All right. 4.
The plate crashes and shatters into a million pieces on the ground. She says, Pip says, "Oh, for facts. Here, one more." Tosses you another one. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's a natural 20.
You catch it right next to your eyes, and you look Pip straight in the eyes, and you say whatever you want to say. Tell me what you want to say as you catch it like a boss.
You call this a challenge? I'll crush the onions, shred the meat, and I'll make a meal for the gods or for my enemies to fear. Let's go.
All right. So first off, you through that get an advantage, or what you would call a bardic inspiration. You can pick whichever one you want for the subsequent rolls that you're about to undertake.
All right.
You don't have food in front of you that you can see, but you know that there's this huge event going on, and I want to know how you want to deal with that. Please know the advantages you have, and that you have a few minutes to bring something forward to change everyone's mind about what cooking means. Cookie.
Well, it ain't no orc ever want to fight but garnishing. If the meat's bleeding enough, it's good enough. And if I gotta fight the ingredients, now that I can do.
What do you want to do? You listen, there are very dead people in front of you from the last event. They have been mostly eaten up by acid, and I'm not sure what that means for your overall mise en scène of flavor profiles. But
is there any
or is there any what?
Is there any like animals or livestock at all?
Roll an investigation check.
Yikes. All right, this is where my bardic inspiration is going to come in. Oops, that's medicine, which is 16 Yeah, 16. I didn't
16?
actually use my inspiration because I pressed the wrong button.
The DC for your good option here was 15.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You had middle options at 14 and less good options at 10, and things that I think would have probably killed you under it. But as you look around, you see a very, very plump tropical bird, bright blue feathers, as clearly at the end of the season. This thing is old, this thing is chubby, and this thing is sitting up in a tree branch going,
I'm going to I'm going to yell, "You can't make a simple stew without turning it into mud. Get out of my kitchen and we're going into the fighting pits." And I'm going to take out my fork, which is a trident, by the way.
oh my God, that's awesome.
And I'm going to throw it at the bird that I see there.
Make your attack roll with advantage.
Okay, and I am entering my rage, by the way, so...
Oh, then double? Is that double advantage? Or to me, oh man. That bird's
I am going to attack recklessly, though. Which will give me advantage if attacking reckless. So that's a natural 19 for a 25 to hit.
Yeah. As your fork somehow manages to it's like it's full up to the bird, acknowledges the long life it's had, and it gives the moment a bird to look back as it looks at its whole life flashing before its eyes. And then the bird says, "I'm ready." And the fork slashes through its throat and it dies, and it's yours to have. You have a dead bird.
All right. So I'm going to run over. I'm going to grab the trident, and I'm going to just immediately just put it over the closest fire pit, wherever I can. I'm just going to start
it is a raging fire. It is moving very, very quickly. The bird is cooking quickly.
I'm just rotating it like this, and
with your bare hands.
Well, with the trident, it's still stuck to the trident.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely, that's an easy one.
Famous last words.
That would be a dirty 20.
Ow, doesn't hurt that bad. Carry on.
I'm just gonna keep cooking it until I think it looks good. Give it a round or two. Well, you said I have 5 seconds, or 5 minutes?
Hey, no, you've got 5 minutes. You threw a fork at a nearby bird faster than most people anticipated.
Yeah.
You've got some time. I don't know if you want to add ingredients or things. I'm not the boss of you.
Oh.
But you've got some time because no one expected you to kill a bird with a fork that fast.
So
I thought you were going to go fucking foraging. Jesus.
No, I'm not that kind of cook. While I am, making a spit out of the bird, I will take out my knife, which is a great sword, and I'm going to start chopping up some of the random bits that I might be able to scavenge up. If there's any if there's an arm, I might start chopping up the bone a little bit, make it bone marrow with my greatsword.
Oh, not how bone marrow works at all, but you do you, chef.
Cooks.
Cook. So as you're slicing it up and preparing this thing, the aroma starts to, I want you to roll a performance check.
Oh, that's
performance or animal handling. Pick one.
Ooh, I'll pick animal handling.
I think that animal handling still matters if the animal's dead. 16
with animal handling.
People start gathering around. The aroma is enchanting, and people there's a crowd around now. They're just about ready for you to serve it out. What do you want to do now?
I will take out my actual cook's utensils and some of my seasonings, and I am going to take a little bit of salt, and I'm just going to salt bay it over top of the bird.
You're gonna have to roll a performance check with advantage.
I can do that. That is
disadvantage. I don't know. Oh no, hold up. I'm putting this to a vote to the table.
Oh.
Is salt baying advantage or disadvantage?
That's 100% advantage.
Okay, I thought so too. Ash, thoughts? If democracy wins, you get advantage on your roll. Salt Bay motherfucker.
All right. So that was, I don't even know what that was. I'll just re-roll again since I lost it. Performance, right?
Performance or animal handling, your choice.
It's fine. 17.
Oh, no, sorry. For the Salt Bay, the Salt Bay is pure performance.
Yeah.
No. If you're going to Salt Bay, that's a performance check, Holmes.
Yeah. I'm going to, as I'm salt baying, I'm going to just say, if you know crush the Gordic right, what's even the point? You might as well chew on a rock. And it might taste brown, but good brown, all right. And I take the bird off as it's nice sauteed bone marrow and garlic on top, and with the remaining with the remaining minute, I will start plucking the feathers that I forgot to take off.
I'm gonna say, man, finishing matters, and I gotta say, I don't think anyone would have liked those feathers at all.
I'm just going to town. It's on the ground.
Judges. Oh yeah, no. The judges see all of this. They are generally not okay with what they're seeing at all. None of this should be served to people. This is an actual still town, whether it's underdurn or not. But then they smell it, and it smells really good, and they fucking love it. They roll it, so it rolled a 19 for them. And wait, no, second judge. The food gets passed around the room and people are enjoying it, and like everyone's feeling the vibe. Like they've seen this incredible violence and everyone's jonesing off it. And now there's like great, delicious, succulent meat being passed around. And one of the judges comes up to you and they're like a third of your size. So they climb up your knee and then they climb up your hip and they climb up your arm, hoping you still hold the Salt Bay form. And they get up there and they say, "You can't ever stop cooking." And this small gnome slips a ring onto your finger, onto your pinky finger, the only ring that it would fit on. You do not know what it does yet. Okay. But you have a ring.
And I would be too stupid to notice anyways, so it's all good.
Love it. Big fan. Pip has been sitting back, blown away at what he's seen, and also still blown away by who he's seeing in Syra. And he sidles up next to her, holding some of the food from Cookie still, and it's sort of staining his beard. He doesn't care. It's delicious. And he says to her, "You know, the bar is set pretty high. Do you think you can even win anything around here except for a competition for the attention of lecherous strangers?"
I mean, if it were a competition, I would be winning, naturally. But
sort of category, we had to stop that like a long time ago. It was deeply problematic.
But what I will say is that I don't know. You say that the bar is set rather high, but I mean, from where you're standing, it does look pretty low to me. So I don't think
perspective is everything, you incredible being. Outside of your quick wit, unless you want to use your wit on a stage somewhere, do you see a performance or a competition you can win? Because let me tell you, the gutter games are not just a feel-goodery. The reason I tell you this is because I think you might bring something different to the table than the rest of the rabble. I think you might bring something to the table that even these champions haven't brought forward yet. You see, the people who win, sometimes they find their way on the Iron Crowns. Sometimes they find their way into myths and legend beyond this. This can be a launching platform. You see, I used to be a competitor for the Iron Crown year after year after year. And there's politics and there's bullshit, but down here in the gutter games, I guess I just don't know what you're doing here. And if you want to win something, you should try. Or you should just go back upstairs. Except I think that you might lose there. Tell me, games of archery, games of skill, persuasion, talent, food, fighting, what do you bring to the table except for the ability to distract me?
Well, I did come here to fight, so if you have a fight for me, I'll fight. But if you don't do anything else,
that's your choice then. I do have one fighter for you. They weren't allowed in the team competition. They kept killing their partner. Or I have you, if you want to, go and talk to a crowd and make them all believe you. If you want to pick between those two, I'd be happy to see where you land it, or do something else. I'm not the boss of you, I'm just here to make money, and goodness, girl, you look like dollar signs.
Well, presented two options that seem rather compatible if you ask me. So put me in the pit and I'll convince your crowd and I'll kill your champion.
You hear a door slam open from across the way and you hear people scream. I want you to roll a perception check, please.
Oh, I'm so bad at that.
Or investigation, whatever you feel like.
Ooh, it's a 17.
So you see a 7'5" Goliath walk through. She is incredibly strong. She holds 2 double axes. You see the amount of scars she has, but you also can assume that she's a person who has not lost. And she says to you, if you're the lost one that I have to bury before I find myself in the Iron Crown, prepare to breathe. Earth. Roll initiative.
Ooh. 14.
You are up first.
Okay. Syra.
You are, by the way, you are not in a fighting pit.
Yeah.
This just started in like open air. She called you out, and unless you want to move it elsewhere, it's your initiative. Do what you want.
Yeah. I know. As soon as she calls her out, Syra's eyes light up, and she's like, "Hell yeah!" And she grabs her sword. Oh, what can I do? I am going to just, I think, swing at her in this open space and just get the first hit on her.
Roll to attack.
I'm so nervous. Okay, that is a 16 to hit.
You see her trying almost a fancy move as she spins an axe around the back of her arm to block your shot, but it isn't quite fast enough as your blade digs into her right shoulder, and she starts to drop the axe. She hasn't dropped it, but it fumbles as the blade digs into the sinew around her bones. She screams, and she grabs you by the throat. I want you to make a Constitution saving throw to avoid being grappled.
Okay, that is 21.
You are able to somehow stare down or clamp down your jaw as she reaches for your throat. That hand feeling the blade and the torn tissue from her shoulder can't hold it anymore. Oh, that was her attack. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, man. I am going to... Oh, I feel like I just gotta go crazy, dude. I'm gonna pull away from her as if I'm like within her grip. I'm gonna like wrench myself back and I'm going to... Oh, man. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna... I've never played a paladin before. I'm so nervous. Okay, I'm gonna hit her again, and this time I'm going to smite her if I hit.
Smite her.
Okay. Roll to attack.
Oh, 18.
Now, Divine Smite is an additional roll or a saving throw for me. I think it's an additional roll for you.
It's an additional damage roll, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the greatsword is 2d6, and then it's an extra 2d8 for the smite. So that's, oh man, 11, 13, 19 damage.
So you have a choice. How do you want to do this? Or I can do it.
I think I'm going to like wrench myself out of her grip and then spin my sword around in a position where I can call on this radiant energy. And I'm just going to like thrust it as deep as I can into her like into her torso, not in a place where it's lethal, but in a place where if I just twisted my wrist, I could kill her. I'm just gonna press it in until I can make eye contact with her.
He makes eye contact with you back, and you see fear and rage and respect in her eyes. What do you do?
I wink at her and I take the sword out.
She spits out blood and crumples to the ground, and healers flock from their own competition, which was not going well considering how bad those other people died with all the acid. No one could deal with that shit. People flock over and essentially bring her just back. And as she clears the blood off of her chest and her tunic and wipes it from her mouth, you see her look up at you as she's being carted off, and she winks back. Bam! A door flies open in the back of the venue, and you hear people start screaming. I want everyone to roll a perception or an investigation check, please.
All of us?
All of us.
18.
Oh.
I'm really smart, so investigation's really good for me.
Right on, man. And sorry, your character's name once more. Could everyone please write their character's name in the chat written down for me just once? It would be so super helpful. I have notes in all sorts of places, and I haven't done this before, and I'm not very used to it. It would be really helpful for me.
Mine's easy.
I know, Cookie. I got you. I got you, babe. Do. You and I are a Sunny Cher song for how much I've got you, babe.
Ator Chua.
Ator Chua. Yeah. See, that's the thing. You're gonna have to write that shit down.
I did. I wrote it down for you.
Ator Chua, Syra.
Braylon.
And, oh, that's right, Braylon. Oh my God, this is my favorite party. I love this so much. You, Cookie. I love the chat, man. Bam, as you hear a door slam against its own hinges, and you hear someone scream with authentic fear and sadness. Help! Help! And you see a human woman, armored, well-armored, fancy armor, not around here, holding someone else, fancy armored, a very tall-looking, maybe like paladin, maybe warrior, hard to tell, well-funded, but bleeding intensely out of his side. She's screaming, "Help, please!" And as she pushes her way through the crowd, all the healers who were around take off. Either they're frauds or they can't deal with it. They're gone. People start to evacuate and just leave because they know that these are people from the Iron Crown. What do you do?
Why is everybody running? I rolled an 8. I don't know what's going on.
You see everybody running.
With an 18, I'm going to, as a delayed thing, is anyone going to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm not here to play house, so I'll leave the help to other helpers.
Oh my God, fucking imbeciles. And Syra's just gonna stride over and she's gonna lay on hands, I guess.
Yeah?
Could be so mean.
Do your lay on hands. What does it help?
How many HP do you think I need to get this guy stable? I'll do that.
This guy is about 6 feet tall, with long brown hair, heavily armored, clearly a combatant, clearly someone who's good enough at this to make a lot of money at it, to have what they have. But this side wound is vicious. It is bubbling. It doesn't look right, and his eyes are gray.
Can I don't have time. Can I make a check to see if Can I make a check to see if he's suffering from a disease or a poison?
Yes, you can make a medicine check.
Ooh, that's very good. Okay, that is 18.
Okay. You can see that where he has been stabbed has punctured organs that are going to kill him. He's not poisoned. This is a cataclysmic organ failure based on the stab wound. And he's choking on his own blood. Anyone else like to do anything?
Ator Chua will walk up and go, "You've either got to give it everything or nothing."
spits blood all over themselves. They don't know what you mean.
Atorchua is going to back up a little bit so as to not get blood on his white robes.
Anyone else want to take an action?
I can't do anything for that. I make the stabby. I don't take the stabby away.
Do I get the sense that I can save this person with my divine healing?
You feel like you could save this person with a basic medicine check. Like this is not a magical wound.
Yes.
This is something that you know how to deal with. Even
okay.
Just like you could medicine check this and have a good chance at it.
Yeah.
Outside of your divine work.
Okay, then I'll do that. If I'm not detecting any poison or disease, I'm just going to literally get on my knees and start working.
Anyone else want to help her or nah?
I'm just gonna.
That seems real messy for Ator.
Ator backs up. Can't mess up them robes, right?
I'm just gonna go. Quit lying there like a wilted cabbage. Get up, because bleeding ain't excuse to give up. It's flavor.
Jug, you want me to put my finger there and stop it from spitting?
Yeah, if you could just put your whole hand just right on top there, that would be excellent. Thank you.
You making a small
so
hand
here's how
joke?
we're gonna do this. We're gonna roll to see if Titano lives. Sorry, you don't know his name yet. Here's how it's gonna go. Lily, you're gonna make a medicine check, and you can either do it with it. This is up for you and Ashley to figure out. You can do it with advantage, or you can add your dice together. That's up for you to figure out. Kyle, I believe that your pep talk may have given something equivalent to inspiration, and I would like you to roll a d6 to supplement whatever comes up from the other two players at the table.
It's a 5.
I should. I'm not good at medicine checks, so you might want to take that advantage and.
Okay. Yeah. I'll
So
take
advantage
then.
medicine check then for Syra
Okay.
With a
d6 rolled by Cookie.
5.
Plus
So-
5
sorry.
from Cookie.
Atorchua is just going to put up 4 globules of dancing lights, bright white lights, in the just above you guys, so that you guys have more light to see what you're doing.
That's nice.
I am going to freak out if this guy dies.
But they're spinning, so it creates shadows everywhere.
Oh,
Is that a 20? That looks like a nat 20 stretch.
Fucking nat 20. On my cool black and red die.
as everyone else runs away and is afraid of what they see, and as blood streams out of this man's side and out of his mouth, and there's a desperation in his eyes that you don't see from warriors. Usually you don't often see people this scared to die, because he's about to, and you save his life. The bleeding stops and his heart rate slows, and he breathes in and is stunned for a minute. And the other person who brought him in, a woman warrior looking more roguish, says, Thank you. I need your help.
Didn't we just do that?
I've seen worse from the old stew. You just push back in the guts, it'll be all right.
Okay, I'll push back in the guts, but we were attacked.
So you don't want us. Sorry, wrong character.
You get a little Ortega on it there? No, you killed him. You killed him for all of us. Now you feel it.
So you don't want us to carry him.
No, I need your help. Please, listen. My name is Rika. I'm a competitor for the Iron Crown. You probably heard of me.
No.
Me and Titano have been champions of the Iron Crown for years.
No.
Okay, well, I mean, guys, fine, read a book, but whatever. Listen, we were just on our way down here to see what it was like, and we got attacked. They took something from him that we really need back. They took a pouch that had our winnings in it. I don't know where they went, and I don't know what happened. I just tried to bring them back. Listen, if you help us, I'll give you half of what's in the gem bag. It's more money than any of you have ever seen.
Well,
You know, you might be right, but I am still insulted by that.
Be insulted all you want. Stay in the mud if you want to.
Do I look like I live in the mud? Still wrong character, but I'm going with it.
Exist. Are you walking prestidigitation spell for fuck's sakes?
If somebody wants our help, you're being awfully rude.
My friend just about died in my arms. We have been a tag team champion for... Can't imagine you could understand.
What'd you say your name was again?
Rika, Venom Sprite.
Well, Rika, you Rika like shit when you mistreat us like that.
Read. Maybe I'm so sorry. Do you want to make some money or not? And let me tell you, up there, from these games, your name on our lips means a lot. You could change your whole lives more than that gem bag ever could.
You know what? That's fine. I'll go get your gem bag, but I want you to say please.
Please.
We could just...
Oh, not me. Sorry.
Snarls. And then he looks over at Cookie and looks over at Syra.
All right, quit your staring. You're waiting for something? Because I didn't come here to dance. Are we going to go do this? Because...
She hasn't said
please. I'm not sure exactly what happened. There's a few places that we can check, but all I know is that she looks around and she says to you, I think someone's coming after the gutter games. I don't know exactly how to put it. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but I think that there's something else going on here, and I need your help. I was trying to investigate it myself. Titano and I were trying to investigate it, but now if I leave him with people like you, he'll die. I can't leave him. He wouldn't leave me. But if you can find out what's happened, I can tell you where to go.
Ator Chua is going to speak up and say, I suggest you say please. And I need a wisdom save.
9. The wisdom save of 9.
She must say please.
He doesn't actually need to be compelled. She chooses into it and she says,
she's compelled now.
I'm sorry. I can't have him die in my arms again. Can't fix this fast enough and I need your help. I'm sorry.
All right, listen, you daft goblin. Pain's just a body's way of saying nice job, so quit whining. Buckle up, let's go.
Just want I said please. Fine, I'll help you. I don't mind. I'm just pulling your leg.
Oh, she's compelled to say please.
Please.
There it is. See, that wasn't so hard.
I know. Wait. I know I am compelled to say please. I know I must say please to you, but I did not need to say I am sorry. Please help me. Please.
All right. We'll help you.
We were sent here because we received a message about something to do with Pep. And all we know is that we were supposed to check his office with his warehouse. And then Titano was attacked in the alley outside of them. And I had to just pick him up and bring him here. And thank you for saving him.
Sorry, who's Pop?
Pip, the little guy who, registered us.
Now at this point swings over. Oh, what's going on here? Are you okay? Oh my good lord. And you see him, he just settles up next to Titano and starts doing medicinal work. He's just being quiet. She says, if you can check the alley or the warehouse or that other place I mentioned, you might find something. But I know that people are making moves tonight. We have been attacked twice. First time we fought them off. Second time was this. There are people out there and you must be careful.
We're going to Pop's office. Okay.
Pip looks up at you. What?
Talking about my dad. Don't you worry.
Don't, what?
I want both of you to make a deception check. Or a persuasion check. Take your pick.
I'm not going to do good at that at all.
And you have to roll, and to be honest, Kyle, you have to roll a disadvantage.
It's a plus.
Why? Because I fucking said so.
7. Not good at all.
3.
doesn't react, but looks really sad and goes back to healing Titano and doesn't speak. So
Syra?
you hear Rika. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. What does Syra do?
Syra is going to kind of stand up from where she's been working on some improvised stitches, and her whole forearms are just like coated in blood at this point, and she just kind of goes, Pip, you'll have to forgive these people here. You know, we've all had a bit of a shock right now, but what this young woman has told us is that there is some kind of scheme or conspiracy surrounding the Gutter Games. And I mean, as an integral part of the Gutter Games, it makes sense that your office might be targeted. So I think we should probably take a look and check to make sure that everything is okay. You understand?
I want you to make a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Yeah, what she said. Pop.
Advantage because of the help, then.
Yeah, because I can get advantage.
It's a 21.
Pip says, my office doesn't have anything to... You know what? Fine. Here's the key. And he gives you a key. And I want you to roll another perception check at disadvantage. All of you. At disadvantage.
Aw, boo. I got a natural 20 on that.
Oh, that's less good than getting a natural 20 when you don't have disadvantage.
I got a natural 20 on my second one, so I got a natural 16 for my first one.
Really glad it's a disadvantage. That would have changed things. Natural 1, 16, and what about you, Braylon?
4.
So at Archua, you see as he's fumbling to give his key out, you don't see someone who's trying to hide it. You see someone who's scared. Here's the key, just to find out what's going on. So you now know that you have an office to check, an abandoned warehouse, and the space outside of it where Titano was found. Titano also at this point, as he starts to be able to be conscious again, is no longer gasping through blood-soaked oxygen tubes in his own throat. He's no longer drowning in his own failure. He says, my amulet. And you see around his neck is a chain, glowing silver, more than silver, and a piece of what looks like amber fastened to it, but it's clearly been shattered.
Hey, that's no piece of ham.
No, it's not a piece of ham. Don't eat my necklace. If you find it, it's my amulet.
I thought you said hamulet.
I can actually just die happy now. That means so much to me. A dad joke at that level here. I need a minute just to be this happy. Okay, I'm good. So
Torchua would have reached out to take the key and prestidigitated it to make sure that it was clean.
So as you take the key, that is absolutely blood-stained because Pip's hands are bloody from trying to help with the medicine work that he's doing. And as he hands you the key, you bring it up and are like, and you prestidigitate it into a thing that is less bloody, but still a very icky key. It feels like a lot of people have touched this. So you have a few places.
He's going to hand it to Syra or Braylon, whoever is closer.
Who takes it?
I'll take it. I'll say, you really can't get the grime of the Underturn off these things.
But as you take it, he's also going to prestidigitate your hands, because your hand is going to touch his and your blood covered.
Oh, hey, save that. That's good flavor.
You're a germaform sorcerer, like Howie Mandel style. Wizard, whatever, it's still amazing. I'm so happy. Okay, so you have a key, and at this point,
I had another idea, but it's too late now.
Rika has taken Titano into a side room to convalesce and heal, and is quite upset, but looks to you before she closes the door, making keen eye contact with each of you, as though to say, please help me. And the door closes, and you are left alone. The place has become mostly empty. There are the people who were involved in the games who are around, the people you met, but they're mostly off to the sides now. The energy, the entire space has changed since this happened. As you look around the arena, a sense of camaraderie and excitement still hums in the air from the contests, but it's as though a dark cloud has suddenly loomed over the now exiting crowd. Rika and Titan's entrance has cast a pallor across everything, and hushed murmurs ripple through the audience, wondering who would dare to strike at someone so close to the heart of both the gutter games and the Iron Crown. Titan, now stabilized, still lies groaning, barely conscious, and on the ground. Blood stains his shirt and armor, the wound looking jagged and freshly torn. Rika's face, typically resolute, is now contorted with fear and fury, and then sense of hope as she discusses with you. She stands in fiery determination and addresses you directly. Listen, I don't have time to explain everything, but Titano and I, we're not here to compete with you. And here, we're here to keep the games, the gutters, safe, to make sure things don't get out of hand, but someone or something wants the gutter games destroyed. It came for Titano in the shadows. They tried to bleed my partner out before he even stepped foot in the ring, and if they've got the guts to strike one of us, then none of you are safe. I need your help to find out who's behind this, and I can't do it alone, not with Titano like this. There are places to start looking, and I've told you about them. Places where people might have left a trace, but we don't have much time. Whoever did this is not going to stop until they've torn down everything. If they're willing to kill Titano, they won't hesitate to kill me or you. If you're up for it, I've given you 3 places to start. You can split up, you can dig deep, you can sniff out any sign of what's going on. But I need you to make a choice.
Is there anything that they've provided that would need a relatively intelligent being? It is just like an inkling.
Roll an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Or investigation check. Whichever. It's the same thing.
Well, I like my +8 to that, so 19.
So you're reminded of the 3 key places that Rika has pointed out to you. An abandoned storehouse. Quietly, before Pip arrived, she mentioned Pip's office. And then the dark alley where Titano was attacked. Those are the 3 places that you've been provided so far.
Yeah, but is there one that speaks out more than the others as somewhere that would have more foot traffic, or do I believe that all 3 might just have clues as to where to go?
Roll one more investigation check.
27.
No, don't know any more than the 3 spaces you've been given. And you know that, assuredly. What do you do?
I vote we split up and cover more ground.
Stupid, you never split up. Especially people being attacked. Thought you were smart.
I am smart.
I say we go to the closest place, and then the next closest, and then the farthest. It makes more sense. Less walking. I got little legs.
So the farthest place away is Pip's office. The middle place furthest away is the abandoned storehouse, and then the place just outside of the abandoned storehouse is the alley where she found Titano.
And sorry, the storehouse is where they were initially attacked but fought off the attackers? Is that what we said?
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. So, alleyway, yes?
I was gonna say, nobody else is saying anything.
Well, over there, I could probably get, a couple rats and a couple other things.
You're going to get a couple rats.
You have rat stew?
Sugar, I don't think we should eat his cooking.
Actually, rat stew sounds quite appetizing.
He did win an award recently.
Now, I'm sorry. I didn't eat the food that won him an award, but I don't trust anything that has come out of his mouth so far, so I don't know why I would trust his cooking. Let's head to the alleyway and see if we can glean any more information about whatever or whoever attacked these fine folk. And I'm gonna head off.
So that's where Syra's going. What do you all do?
We're following.
Point out my idea first.
Allie, sorry, go ahead.
I said I just want to point out it was my idea first. I'm not following her. I'm going with my idea.
I'm just a narrator at this point. Don't fight me.
You can take the lead if you want.
Yeah, what's the order that you're going in, actually?
Well, I mean, she's walking faster, little legs.
I could carry you.
I'm fine by myself, thank you very much.
I could throw you.
Now that sounds like fun, but I'm gonna have to pass.
I could create an invisible person to carry you. You wouldn't even know he's there.
That sounds creepy. No, thank you.
I don't consent.
No, I don't consent either.
Oh, I'm so happy that consent has entered our D&D games. I'm so happy. Okay. As you proceed forward towards the alleyway where you know that Tatena was ambushed, Syra's leading the way. Braylon and Cookie are sort of like alternating in their secondary spot, where Braylon will run up a couple steps and then Cookie will be like, throw, and Braylon will be like, no. And it's just sort of a game that goes on for a while they walk there. And Nator Chua is generally in the back looking disapproving and clean. The alley where Tatena was ambushed is still slick with his blood. It's a narrow, twisting laneway on the far side on the underground of the marketplace. A place where no one would think to go unless they were actually looking for trouble or drugs. It's filled with shadows, and the walls close in tight, and they echo with every step, and it is a perfect place for an ambush. And you remember what Rika said to you. If you have the stomach for it, search the alley. His attackers might have dropped something in their hurry to escape, left a trace of where they came from. I need someone who can think fast and see in the darkness. Dangerous place, and that alley can swallow people whole. Keep an eye out for each other, and don't get lost. You are in the alley. What do you do?
I'm gonna check to see. I'm gonna look to see if there's like a blood spot.
Roll an investigation check.
Yeah. All right. 5.
There's so much blood.
Is it possible for...
And you see... no, hold up.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
We're still sticking with Cookie's rule here. There's so much blood. And you see a bunch of pieces of an amber amulet covered in blood on the outside, sitting in the pool of blood.
I'm gonna say.
Oh no, sorry. You see a bunch of it sitting in a pool of blood. Roll an investigation check at advantage.
For me?
I would like. Have you shared this with anybody?
I was just about to say something.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Could be a clue or a sausage. Hard to tell. Best way to find out is to give it a lick.
and then I will go.
So you lick it?
Yeah, I'm gonna lick it.
I want you to do either a perception or investigation check, whichever you have higher, and I want you to do it at advantage.
What?
10.
It's covered in blood on one side, the side where it's facing the ground, but not on top. On top part's clean.
Yep, it's definitely a sausage, guys.
I'll pick it up.
You pick up the broken fragments of amulet?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Anyone else want to do anything in this space?
Curiosity, are there any rats in this alleyway?
Roll an investigation check or a perception check, whichever you prefer.
Well, I'm terrible at both, so... Look, 11.
There's a fuck ton of rats.
Okay, cool. Now, Cookie, I'm gonna need you to hold off on, taking these for your rat stew. I need to have a chat with one of them.
You can talk to
And I'm going to sit down and speak with small beasts, so I can communicate simple ideas with small or smaller beasts.
One of the rats hops up onto the one piece of fragment that had been missed by Cookie, the amulet fragment, and he hops up on it and he looks at you. He up on his hind feet, there's a little paws up, and he goes, sorry, come in?
I said, did you see what happened here?
Yep.
Did you see the bad fellas who stabbed the shiny dude?
All bad.
Did you see where they went?
Upstairs. And then back?
Can you show me?
Is it worth to you?
Well, Cookie here won't eat ya. How's that sound?
He looks over at Cookie. What does he see?
I'm looking at looking at her, Braylon, as she's talking to the rat, and I'm like, "Hey, can you ask the little squeaker where's the stash? I know he's hiding the good stuff somewhere in these alleys, the cheese or the breadcrumbs."
Sure, Cookie, I'll get to it. He's mighty hungry.
Who's your supplier?
Everyone. Sorry, I wanted the Gary Oldman. It's so bad. The rat. I didn't know I was going to play a rat tonight. The rat sits up and panically starts to bite his own lip, and he's you see him stressfully grabbing his own tail, and he looks up at you and says, "Oh, okay, follow me." And
All right, guys, I know where they went. We're gonna follow this little
takes you
critter.
upstairs through a back way, climbing up ladders and going through a small hole on the wall next to a poorly locked window. Want to move forward? I will need you to either roll dexterity or sleight of hand, whatever you feel comfortable in.
I
think that's the same thing.
Am I able to just punch a hole?
Only if you are willing to also try and climb up where they're at.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll try to.
I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw for the ladder for the size of you.
Quickly before they start making noise.
Nope, hold on a second. Hold on. Dexterity saving throw. Nope, hold on. Dexterity saving throw for Cookie.
Fine. All good.
Cookie, dex saving throw.
Natural one.
Oh no!
As Cookie starts to follow the rat and Braylon, who've easily made it up through these things and this structure, weakened structure along the side of the building. Braylon's small. The rat is a rat. You are neither, and you fall. And as the ladder crashes upon your face, you receive 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it smashes a bunch of your teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, sucks for you. The rat even looks over at Braylon and just goes like,
Yeah, you can say that again.
I'm gonna
Yes.
get that rat.
Don't worry,
Please
I
don't
won't
let
let
him
him
kill
eat you. No, I made a promise. I'm good in my word.
I'm going to my word. I will help you. You will help me. I will help you. Because here's, listen, like they're like it's, listen, maybe I'm not supposed to say this, but like it seemed really bad and really scary and really like violent with stabbing and screaming and crying, and it all started here.
Right here.
And he pulls himself through a small hole next to a rickety window. Would you like to open the window and climb in?
I mean, I wouldn't mind if somebody else joined me up here. I mean,
Anyone can.
Don't
Anyone's welcome
lie.
to. You can dust yourself off there, Cookie. It was just a bad fall.
No, I'm defeated. I can't do it. I can't.
All right, Cookie's nursing his wounds and just like having a time. And to be honest, I feel that. I have fallen off of a ladder once, and I didn't climb a ladder after for like 10 minutes, just feeling stubborn.
how about
But we
you
have
spin a-
Syra and Ator Chua. What are you guys gonna do?
I would like to look at the amulet or
Broken amulet pieces in the alleyway?
yeah, I would like to look at that, see if there's anything magical about it, or if it's just a fancy amulet.
I want you to roll an Arcana check, please.
I have it in my hand.
Oh, if you have it,
Pieces, though. It's broken pieces.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, okay.
I took the biggest piece.
It's broken pieces that are bloody on one side.
16.
Yeah, this is this amulet absolutely has magical properties. This amulet, you know, has some sort of healing properties, and it's most likely, considering what happened to it, it probably saved someone's life.
Sugar?
But I think that's all you can tell from such an analysis. But it's actually a really astute analysis.
In that case, I will go a step further and take a minute to cast Identify on it.
Okay. You find, after waiting a minute, do you know what? If that's what you want to do for a minute, we're going to hold on that, and we're going to let the other players do things throughout that minute.
Sure.
So I think where we are now, Cookie is on his ass, bleeding, and generally unhappy. Braylon is up, deciding whether or not to enter the place where the rat has brought her in. And Syra, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna swing up after Braylon.
A dexterity check, please.
Now you say dexterity, but I hear actually what you're saying is athletics. Is that what you said, Josh?
You can do either. Given the nature of this challenge.
I am not dexterous. Oh. Okay.
Me neither.
The dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You jump up to grab one of the railings, and one of your hands slips, and you one arm yourself up over your chin and then down, and bring your one arm to your hip and just step over the railing. Your left arm can wait for later. You're fine.
I could have done that.
So you're standing there now next to Braylon.
Okay, what do we have here? And sorry, is this so the rat took us.
The rat has brought you up here and has moved inside of the building to a space that you have to open a loose, what it might be locked, but like it's a pretty shitty looking window.
And is this the abandoned storehouse, or is this a different building?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. We have no idea. Okay, great.
Always following the rat.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Is there
Well, he went in there.
Sorry, one at a time, please.
Where'd that?
another door? Like on the main
On the main ground? Yeah, there's a door there. What do you want to do with it?
I'm gonna open the door.
I want you to make a strength check, please.
Oh, I could do that. 24.
Oh my god.
It is locked, and as you start to shake it, it starts to loosen, and it is locked still. But as you shake it, and you shake it more, you feel the handle starting to loosen, and suddenly the handle snaps off, and the door opens up, and it is a closet.
Oh, I'll just...
People upstairs. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna try getting that window that looks, loose and all.
Do you want to try and open it? Are you kicking it?
Nope, I think his audio might cut out.
This guy with his cables.
Yeah.
Fucking cables. Come on, Josh.
Now you're muted.
Sorry about that.
It happens.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Can you hear us?
No.
I know this is very poor timing. Give me please just a moment. It'll take me a moment to fix this. I set up a thing where my kids are learning to record their own radio shows, but it keeps screwing up all of my sound settings.
That's so cute.
Sorry.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testicles. Testing. Testicles.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can all.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so you opened a door that was a closet. Sorry about that, Holmes. People who are upstairs, what up?
Well, I mean, my athletics is way better than my dex, so I'm all about smashing a window.
I mean, if
I'm
we
sure my
smash a window, I mean.
kicking a door, whatever you please. I mean, you're the pretty face.
It's a pretty shit window. If I can get it
Probably
open
easier.
without breaking it, I will. But if it happens to break in the process, oh no, I'm going to just try to like if I can just grab it from the bottom and push up, and if it shatters, maybe it shatters, but it'll be open. That's what I'm going with.
I'd like you to roll a dexterity check, please.
Now you say dexterity, but Josh, what I really think you mean is Right.
Nope.
Right?
Not what I mean at all.
I'm like really good at dexterity. Don't even worry about it. So how's it's a 6 though?
The glass shatters as you try and open it. Please roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Well, it's because I rolled a bad die. That one's over there now. That landed on something. I'll have to investigate that later. Okay, much better. Constitution save is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you take 2 points of damage, halved to 1 point of damage as the glass slices through your fingers, and blood drips now pattering down below to those who are still down in the alley who hear of the blood dripping from your hands from the shattered window. How do you proceed?
All right. Well, next time I'm not going to listen to the pretty face. I'm just going to hit it. I'm just going to try to bust the rest of the window open. You open
it and crush it easily. It should not have even tried to screw with you. It didn't know what was up. You find yourself now in the office of Pip.
Wow.
Who's that?
His nameplate is on the deck, which identifies it, and then you also see, things that make it pretty clear that it's his sized and very much his vibe. Also, he has a nameplate in his desk. That's not an easy thing to do in D&D world. Guy must care about it. His desk.
Well, I feel kind of stupid. We have a key for this place.
You do.
Do you want me to throw it down into the street and see if Cookie can find the front door?
I mean, it's probably a nice thing to do.
You're right. And I'm just going to turn and start looking through the office.
While they're investigating, I want to pat back to the people on the street. Cookie.
Yeah.
How you doing, fam? What up? You okay?
I'm looking through the closet.
I can't even make you roll. There's nothing there. It's a closet. It's just a closet. So I'm gonna go over to Ator Chua now. Ator Chua, you've been watching this whole thing go down. What up?
Something in that closet.
What's this amulet?
Pardon?
I was identifying the amulet. What's the amulet?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You've been identifying the amulet for the last minute. Yeah, no, so the amulet essentially gives the capacity of an orc racial effect, where if someone is killed, they get a +1 back to their HP. It is shattered. It will never work again.
That's a shame. He's gonna stand up, quick, one more look around, and then look up to where they all climbed up, and he's gonna look at his scrawniness and go, "That's not gonna work, Cookie."
There's a cookie over here? Is it in the closet?
You're Cookie.
Yeah. I'm the cook. I'm cook. Yeah, Cookie. Yeah.
Hey, I need everyone to roll it. I need everyone to roll me a D20, please.
So funny.
No modifiers. Just tell me what you roll. You got a 10?
9. This is the thumb.
Sorry, 9?
Yeah.
Wait, too many numbers. 9 for
Very
Lily.
confusing.
Everyone else?
11.
9.
5, 11, and 9.
9.
I'm doing swell
That's
tonight,
so
guys.
hard. It's something you heard as you were sorting through the closet rapidly, ripping through the things you saw. By the way, 90% paper towel. But after you'd thrown most of it out, you started to hear a dragging of steel along a stone cobble street, and then you heard 2 dragging steel objects on a cobblestone street. And we're going to leave the 2 of you downstairs for a moment and go back upstairs. You 2 are in Pip's office. What do you do?
I'm sitting there going, psst, 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 trying to find my rat friend.
And I'm opening every drawer while you're doing that. Just
Well, you let me out here. Now what you gotta show me?
Wait, you opened all the drawers?
I don't even think I'm looking. I'm just opening them.
You want to look?
I mean, I will eventually, but what am I looking for? So now I'm just opening all the drawers just to get us prepped. We'll skip this step later.
I wouldn't skip this step.
No, she's just opening, so it's easier looking.
Okay, both of you make an investigation check. Ashley, you get an advantage.
Okay, and one of the doors is a mimic.
You get it at disadvantage because now I'm bothered.
Well, what's in this one? Ugh.
You said I get an advantage?
Yes, you do.
Oh, well, good, because I just rolled nat 1. And now it's a
Disadvantage.
4.
So a 4, and Lily, what you got?
4.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling an investigation check at
One
disadvantage.
investigation. Great. It's like a 4, I think.
That's what I just
Yeah,
got.
4.
A bunch of letters dump out as you start to hear violence outside. And we're going to flash back to downstairs, and I want both of you to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Natural 20.
Whoa!
Shit. Niall, what you got for initiative? 14. This is a thin alleyway. There are small collections of trash on either side that might provide you small amounts of coverage, but otherwise you are deeply exposed. Natural 20 is going to be up first as you see two forms come towards you with heavy swords dragging.
I'm gonna get a little angry. What would I say? What do they look like? Can you tell me what they look like?
They are shadowy forms with large blades dragging on the ground. You see that they are humanoid. Roll a perception check at advantage.
Perception check at advantage. All right. 13.
They are running at you with deadly aggression, and they have the crest of the Iron Crown on their chest.
No, I'm not an intelligent person.
You know what it's like when someone's trying to murder you, though.
Okay, I do, because I know that the Iron Crown is...
That's where we're at.
Okay.
They're clearly trying to hug you with knives.
Yeah.
Also, to be honest, you've seen enough in your space of knowing what the Underdurn is in Durnan Town to know what the Iron Crown is. That nomenclature is ubiquitous. You know it clearly, and you recognize it notably. So what do you do, though? Because they're about to fucking kill you.
Yeah. As I'm running up to them, I'm going to run up to them. I'm going to rage. And as I'm raging, I'm going to be like, come closer, or I'm going to marinate you in your own fear and baste you with pain. And I'm going to pull out my trident again. And I'm pulling out a shield off of my back, which is actually just a walk.
Oh my
Shield's
god!
a walk.
And I'm going to hold
I'm
it up.
so happy. Oh, I'm so happy.
And I'm going to attack recklessly, of course, as why not? And I am going to try to pierce the one with my trident, and that would be a 22 to hit.
Full damage, please.
Yes. All right. So that's skadoosh. 12 points of damage, and I'm going to expend my... Oh, it's a bonus action. I can't because I raged. Never mind. Next turn.
No, but you have Reckless, though. Doesn't that give you...
It gives me advantage.
Bonus?
It doesn't give me bonus. No. Reckless doesn't give me bonus. Just gives me...
Okay, to be honest, whatever. With 12 points of damage, you start by holding the trident here, and then you change your grip, flip it down, and catch it here, bring it low, and as you skewer this person, you bring them up into the air, and you see now the light reflect off of elven ears and long blonde hair as blood spurts onto it and holds the weight of elven grandeur, and they are upheld in the sky and start to slowly drink down your trident with ribs breaking on each step. They are already dead. Niall, it's your turn.
So there's only one left.
Yep.
Ator is just going to reach a hand up and say no, and I need a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw. Let me get their stat block up. Sorry, let me get their stat block up 1 second. No, they rolled a 2. Doesn't fucking matter.
It
what
falls to
happens?
the
What are you
ground
doing?
unconscious. Casting sleep.
Sleep.
Yep.
The
It just falls to the ground unconscious.
The humanoid figure that you see is now actually a dwarf, a tall one, oddly, but he brings up his blade in a big arcing blow and brings it down as he immediately falls forward, nose planting, breaking his nose as he falls fast asleep on the cobblestone streets. We're gonna go back upstairs real quick.
Yeah, because it
Upstairs,
has
folks.
to make that
What up?
save again at the end of its next turn.
If it's not dead because I kill it.
That's my plan.
Shit. Can you stop randomly opening drawers? And
Would you speak to the rat? I thought that was our one lead that we were doing. Are you doing that?
Listen, Sassy Pants, I heard something, and I'm waiting for you to confirm if you heard something too.
I did.
Are you curious as to what that noise is?
I mean, I have a pretty good idea.
Well,
I
to
heard
me, it sounds like they're having a party in the alleyway without us.
Does it really sound that exciting?
When you like hitting things, yeah.
I mean, if you would like to go down and join them, you are welcome to. I'm going to keep opening doors.
As this part of the conversation happens, you hear the sound of ribs breaking as a creature slides down the trident and gurgle on their own failure.
Oh man, they are having fun without us.
Oh man, gurgle on their own failure. Response is, oh man.
I mean, it just sounds like it's going to be over rather quickly, so it doesn't even seem worth going downstairs.
Kind of scuffs her foot on the ground. Yeah, you're right. Alright. Where's my mouse friend?
The rat pops right up.
Oh, there you are. Alright, you got something to show me?
Rat looks at all the things that have been dumped out of the drawers and holds up his hands to be like, the fuck? What? Like, I wanted to help.
I don't know what she's doing. But
The rat
you know
starts
what
to
you're doing.
around, and the rat, you see the rat running in circles next to an area that has not yet been opened.
Alright.
Because it doesn't really look like a drawer. It looks like it's just solid.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna just kind of like tap on the area he's running around.
It's hollow.
Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna punch it.
Make a strength check, please. Or make a athletics check.
Damn straight. Well, that's only an 11.
When you hit the solid side of what looks like a piece of the desk, it bends in. It's made of metal. It looks like wood. It's not. And it bends in. It's not totally broken, but there's something in there. There are documents and something shining.
It's shiny in here. You want to hit it too, or am I going to hit it again?
if you would like me to hit it, I can hit it.
No, I'm having too much fun. I'd like to hit it again.
Roll a strength check or athletics check, please.
That's 25.
You go to punch it and you punch right through it, like your hand punctures it in the middle like it's a donut. And then as you bring your hand back, it tears off the entire door. It's now dangling around your wrist like a tacky bracelet. But the door is ripped off, and inside you see 250 gold pieces and documents held in deep, thick text holders.
Don't mind if I do, and that's going to go in my coin purse. Don't worry, I'll share it with you later. And I'm going to start pulling out the documents. What language is it in?
In common, you can read it.
Oh, okay. I can read this.
Congratulations.
I can.
You see that there has been requests to expand the gutter games and to create a conduit between, like, a real athletic competition, or like judged real competition between the gutter games and the Iron Crown for the first time. It's incredibly well thought out. There are details, there are champions rankings, there are ways that demonstrate profitability of the superstars and how they could move up into these spaces. And on each page is a giant red stamp that says "denied."
Oh, Pep, a lot of thought in this. You want to read?
I mean, the stamp seems to say it all.
Do you want to read it?
He put a lot of thought into it, though. I think you should read it.
I'll skim it.
Make an investigation check. If you're gonna skim it, you don't get your advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. It's an 8. Yeah, the stamp seems
Not
to say it all.
hard. You can read. Ip's been trying to make this something formal so that people can have a shot and people can try and become adventurers who weren't supposed to ever be adventurers. He's got stories that show all of it, and you see that it's been rejected on every level by the Iron Crown Tag Team Champions.
Wait a minute. Isn't that those two people that we saved?
Is there a name associated or just the title?
Itano and Rika.
No wonder he stabbed them. That like Pip Momo.
Well,
You also see that these are stamped yesterday.
Probably why I stabbed them.
I mean, that's one theory.
It was a good theory.
It's a decent theory.
See, I'm not so dumb.
You know, there's something else. I can't put my finger on it.
While you hold there, we're going to go downstairs real quick. Okay, just for a second. You two are dusting each other off, or you're dusting yourselves off from the viscera about you. What do you do?
Cooked him like a steak. Nice crispy, just the way I like it.
I'm gonna see if they have anything on their person that might be of interest. Probably not to me, but to of the other people that I've currently found myself in the company with.
Roll an investigation or perception check, whatever you feel is most applicable.
Well,
or Cookie.
Since I'm actually raging right now, I can actually use my strength modifier for a perception check.
Brilliant. I want you to look at this crime scene so mad.
Oh, that's a natural 20. So 25.
Ooh.
Or 26, sorry.
So in your rage, you grab the lapels of one of the corpses. Again, you start shaking it back and forth, and as you do, something falls from its pockets, and you pick it up, and it says in common, "I'll take care of Pip. R."
I can't read that, so I'm gonna give it to the other guy.
Okay. Ador Chua, you are handed the note. What do you do?
Have we heard of anyone's name? It says R, right?
That's right.
Interesting.
Is that repo that we talked to earlier?
Yes. Rika, or whatever her name was.
I don't smell too bad. You're the one that reeks. Or did you just
sent on a fool errand?
Did you just get a really good idea? You're like, Eureka. I get good ideas all the time. They just put it in my food.
Oh, wow. When dad puns and D&D find each other's hell, it makes me a very happy person. Amazing. Ator Chua, do you have a response, or should we go back upstairs?
He's actually going to point upstairs.
Okay.
And say, Braylon, we found something down here. When you're done, come join us.
You hear Ator Chua call to you, saying that they found something down here. As you have now looked throughout the room, there's nothing more to find here.
You heard that in your head, and you can respond to it if you would like.
You heard? Oh, she heard it in her head?
Yes, it's the message cantrip.
Oh, you and your messaging, you psychotic wizard motherfucker. I love it, and I hate it, and then I love it, and then I hate it again, and then I still end up loving it, and it's confusing.
I'm
It
like
makes you feel like better. This one doesn't have a sword.
Sorry, actually, go ahead, please.
Braylon's kind of turn around and so, you hear that?
Excuse me.
Syra, you do not hear that.
No, did you? No? Mouse? Did you hear that? No? All right. I'm done up here. It's messing with me. And she's gonna kind of push a chair up to the window and crawl on it.
Just so we're clear.
Do a dexterity. No. Do an acrobatics check.
Just so we're clear, though, all of those words that she just said, Lizard Man heard it all.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, he's well aware. It makes very little sense to Syra. And now I need you to make a dexterity check with your pushing up a chair to try and climb out of the broken window.
Do I get advantage for the chair helping me?
No, you don't.
No, okay, I thought I'd try. All right, sorry.
No.
A dex, like acrobatics?
Don't you have to
acrobatics or athletics? Take your pick.
All right, well, I'm gonna go athletics because
open the
that's
door
my better.
and walk out?
She was the one who wanted to pull up a
30-20.
chair and go out of a window. I don't tell the players
Yeah,
what to do.
listen. It's a dirty 20. It's good. Hey, listen.
So
I'm mighty. I am not smart.
This tiny Braylon takes her short hair and somehow tightens it up into a smaller, little, tighter, like little poofy ponytail. And she brings the chair up and jumps out, cartwheeling through, jumping clean out through the window, dodging fragments of broken glass, landing gracefully on the ground in a stance. She brings her hands down and she now sees both Ator and Cookie and is down on the ground safely. Cyrus upstairs.
Did you bring the rat?
Cookie, you cannot eat that rat. I promised him a long life.
I was
You
gonna
need his friends. They're all over there.
put him on my head, and
You do see the rat poke his head out. He's
Cookie wants to wear you as a hat.
He's only looking at Braylon.
I mean, I don't want him to wear you as a hat. You're welcome to join me. I'm kind of fond of you now. I might find you some cheese and be my little friend.
I have cheese.
The rat runs down and stands
My
directly
rat.
between the two of you, like a kid in a divorce proceeding.
My rat, Cookie.
I'm gonna take my trident and I'm gonna stab it.
Oh my fucking god.
Make an attack roll.
I still have rage.
I would like to contest his
An advantage.
attack roll. No,
Uh,
I'm gonna try and block him with my sword.
do you have a reaction that you can take? Because otherwise,
I don't
wouldn't have
know.
anything here.
I don't know.
Okay, Kyle.
Got a 21.
Holy fuck.
Ator is going
As
to
the rat is looking between the two of you, looking back and forth, the blade severs every part of his nervous system as three blade. One goes through his neck, and the other two hold him up as though on a spit to be cooked. The rat's dead. It is now in the property of Cookie.
And I'm gonna look at it and I go, it's fucking raw.
Cookie,
You want some?
I don't like you right now.
It's a rat. Eat them all the time. You want? I like snap
No.
its head and
No.
I
No.
start skinning it right there. I'd like pull it all off in one and just start like with the very tip of my greatsword, start filleting it a little bit.
You know what? I'm not even looking at you anymore. And I'm gonna take the pouch of gold. I was gonna share this with you, but now I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tie it to my waist. There's some scrolls we found, and something tells me that Raunchy, whatever her name is actually gonna do something bad to Pip.
Yeah, we figured that out too. We got a note off this dwarf here, signed by her initials, says she's gonna get Pip.
Well, tall, fit, and blondie up there, she's got the rest of the scrolls, and you can read it and whatnot. But, I'm just gonna shed my little tear for my rat friend.
Were they magical?
Real sad. No, it's just got a lot of writing words and stuff.
Make my way
Stamped in denial.
stairs to the door.
Yeah, there are no obstacles blocking you from any sort of normal transportation down
And
where they are.
I've just got the thing, and I'm like, yeah, they're not, they're not magical. Oh, that's not.
Dead rat.
Anyways,
Yeah, no, he killed my rat. Killed my rat, and I'm sad.
Gonna get that
You
rat.
hear in the
did it
background
too fast before
sounds of
I had
people
silver
running,
bars.
and you hear chaos and screams, and they're coming from the Underturn, under the cliff face.
Doesn't mean we should go that way.
You are all now together in the same space.
Let's go kill this bitch.
yes, we could
Just
do
another,
that.
make him just another burnt piece of meat that I don't care about.
It's the match, you Cookie.
So you head back towards where you came from, and you go back to the grounds of the Gutter Games. I want everyone to roll a perception check, please.
Just so you know, it's Cookie, not Kooky. There's a difference. That's my brother.
I will do a way better job, and I will respect your nomenclature moving forward.
No, I was talking to the little one.
I'm being meta.
Once I see everything.
What'd you get?
I did 20.
Now 20. What'd we all get?
Sorry, I didn't hear what roll we're making.
You're rolling a perception or perception or investigation as you move forward back towards the Gutter Games arena.
7.
How long has it been? Just give or take.
It's been probably about 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay. So my rage is done. Okay, that's fine. 15.
No, sorry. It took you a while to get there. Actually, no. I think to be honest, for how long it takes to get back, I think you've expended a rage. Sorry. You've expended a rage.
It's all good.
Definitely. Yeah, you've expended a rage. As you go back to the gate, someone rolled a 20.
27.
You smell the burned fabrics first. And
Well, that ain't a campfire.
blood carries on smoke in a way that you know. And as you move forward, you see small signs of violence as though people were trying to escape, and then you see intentional signs. And with a head on a spike, you see Pip. His eyes blackened and burned. And strolling down, you see Rika and a masked compatriot who you have not seen before, but could have. And they say, "Oh, isn't it sad? Who could have done this? Someone must be out to destroy the Gutter Games. Can you help us find them and pay with gold?" What do you do?
Firstly, I would go, poop. Sorry,
You know,
like,
Mind your language, man. Kids listen to this podcast.
no, I was.
Poop, says Cookie.
Something told me you were a bitch, and I should have trusted my gut instinct.
Your gut instincts?
My gut instinct that you were a bitch.
Your guts? Yours, you mud person. Heroes are from legacy and blood, and who have earned it for generation after generation. Who are you to come to my city? Who are you to star in these games of filth and reprobates who shame me?
Darling, you're boring me.
So are you. And she throws a spear at you. I want everyone to roll initiative.
It's getting worse.
What do we got?
14.
14 for. If you could each drop your score in the chat, that'd be really
Absolutely
helpful.
not.
Thank you.
10.
Just waiting for everyone's stuff in the chat, and then I can get our order of operations here. 14 for Ator Chua. 10. Wait, 1?
No,
or 3?
It was 13. I pressed 1.
Oh goodness! You're taking me out for a spin when you do that. Ator Chua, you see as Rika starts to hold back on her spear, and she's about to extend it and throw, and you see the vitriol in her eyes, and you get to act first. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up a hand and say no. And she needs to make a wisdom save. Casting sleep.
A wisdom saving throw? You're casting suggestion?
What did
Sleep.
What was your?
You already casted sleep.
I
How
can
many spell
cast
slots
it.
do you have at that level?
You can cast a lot.
Sleep is just a first level spell.
Is it just a first level? Well, oh damn. Okay. What's the wisdom saving throw on you? What's your DC or your wisdom saving? Like, what's the measure for the recipient?
13 is what she needs to get, but it's
a wisdom saving throw off of her wisdom score.
Yeah, wisdom save. Yeah. Now it is actually a small area of effect, so anybody that is within 5 feet of her also has to make that save. I don't know if there is anybody,
Unfortunately,
but
that does not impact the masked person that you see. And she is able to shake off the effects of the sleep spell. What do you want to do with your bonus actions or movement? You guys are essentially, to describe it again, like this is a very simple space. There are stairs coming down. The two of them are out there standing about 10 feet apart, and we are in a generally open space. There are 2 flaming torches about 5 feet from either side of them and about 10 feet behind either of you. And aside from that, it is a rectangular area.
Ator will just move up as close as he can to her, to Rika.
You're going to risk an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
16. Does 16 hit?
Normally it would, but as a reaction, I will cast Shield.
Oh, you shielded up! So what does that mean exactly, and what does that bring your thing up to?
My AC is now currently 20.
For how long?
Till my next turn.
Not bad.
Considering I just went.
She adjusts her spear, and as she's about to throw it into someone else, she zones in on the tall, long-snouted dragonborn, dressed all in white. And as blood has stained her own hands, she will not have you be blameless. And she throws the spear directly at your neck. And it lands true, except it shifts off at the last moment as a magical barrier holds between your Adam's apple and your very death. Next is Kyle.
Look, you made one mistake, mate. You thought you were the chef of this battle. Well, I'm about to teach you who's the real master chef of the kitchen. And I'm gonna rage. Again.
Okay, Cookie rages, and somehow biceps that have already seemed larger than other humans' heads grow. The veins become like tree vines. It's almost as though Cookie has become two cookies, not in just the space that she fills or they fill, but in the rage and power that they convey to the entire space. We are all afraid now and have never seen Cookie ever do this. What do you do?
I'm going to recklessly attack, and I'm going to throw my trident at Rika.
Roll for your attack, please.
That would be a 24.
And that's gonna hit. Roll for damage.
And that's going to be 15 points of damage. And I need her to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Would love to. But a shield pops up in front of her that holds the exact same magical form as the mask of the wearer that is next to her. That is a legendary resistance burned.
Oh, okay. No, that she's still. So that's a topple effect. So, quickly explaining: whenever you hit a creature with a trident, you can force it to make a con saving throw. The ability modifier used to make the attack. On a failed save, the creature has a prone condition. So she still takes the damage that I just did, but she's not prone.
Even with the shield?
Well, how high is her shield? Like, does her shield put her?
To be honest, probably not enough. No, I think she's still prone.
That was a 24 to hit.
Yeah, no, not enough. The mask of her compatriot is haunting and is just a blank slate, but has one eye that is just charcoal drawn down, and the other one looks a lot like blood. And that's the visage that appears in front of her as you throw your trident. And it is the visage that shatters as the trident pierces through. And Rika screams as you drive her into the ground. She is prone, bleeding.
And then I'm just gonna.
Oh, sorry, you have your bonus action.
Well,
you're gonna run up to her.
My bonus action was to rage, but my movement, as I threw the trident, I'm running up to her. Full movement to get up to her.
Okay. Rika uses half of her movement to stand, and uses the other half of her movement to move behind one of the torches, and brings out a bow that has been kind of weirdly glowing, and she levels it directly at Cookie. It's the 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is 6 points of piercing damage.
And I have resistance because I'm raging. Gotcha. All right.
Okay. Her multi-attack gives her a second attack, which she also takes on, not on Cookie. Looking at the field here, who does she see? Who's there? Oh, yeah, the tall dragonborn's fucked. She's going to shoot at him. Dropped my dice. 18 to hit.
Misses. It bounces off my shield.
Her arrow strikes through and again bounces off directly off of the same point of your neck that she glares at and says, I will taste your blood.
Yeah.
It's now the masked Patriot's turn.
Josh,
Who, yes?
sorry, how far away is she from me?
From you?
Yeah.
She's probably about 20 feet, 20, 30 feet, somewhere in there, 25, 30 feet.
So within 30? Would you say she's within 30? Please say
Yeah,
she's
sure. I'd say within 30 feet, absolutely.
Okay, I'd like to make a reaction. Can you please give me a wisdom saving throw?
I'll give you a wisdom saving throw. For Rika?
For Rita.
16 plus 19
okay,
for a
never
wisdom
mind.
saving throw.
And
As she is deeply upset, she also looks to you and goes, the masked attacker already missed off of Nile, doesn't have multi-attack. Okay, we are at, oh shoot, I'm sorry. I think I've lost my order a little bit here, team. I believe we are at, Nile, have you had a chance to go, my guy?
He was up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we are at, Syra, what are you doing?
Oh man. Okay. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself to give myself temp HP and like an aura, a magical force over myself. And then I'd kind of like to look around at the space because nobody's attacked me yet. I'd kind of like to look at the space and see if there are any people left or if they've all fled.
I want you to make a perception or investigation check at advantage.
Okay, well, what happens when you get 2 natural 2s and you had a +0 to your perception?
So you're not sure, but you hear there are there's this square that we're in. Mm-hmm. The stairs down where they were coming, the space in where you came, there's one stair coming in off the other side, and you definitely hear footsteps. You don't know if they're coming or going.
Awesome. Yeah, I kind of want to just hang out, walk around, kind of circle around up the stairs. I'm gonna play this chill, casually even, and kind of watch the field. They got it, it's fine. And I'm gonna head up towards the stairs and check out those footsteps. I'll just take as much movement as it takes for me to get up in that direction.
Okay. Syra gives off big, unimpressed second date vibes and just kind of moves along, but heads up the stairs and sees 2 other soldiers running down wearing the crest of the Iron Crown. And she's now face to face with 2 other attackers. And now we're at Braylon.
how far away is the masked fella?
Within 20 feet.
Rika used a shield, and if it's the same as Nile, that means up until her next turn. Okay, I am going to bonus action Giant Smite.
Okay.
I am going to walk up to the masked fella, say, I don't like the look of you. I'm going to try to hit him with my short sword.
Roll to attack.
Oh, 21.
It's weird because as you go to attack, they move like they phased out of the entire way, and your sword struck down through nothing, but you still heard them scream. Roll for damage.
Oh, okay. All right, so this one plus the d6, 9, 11 points of damage.
Your sword didn't connect with flesh, but black ichor sprays from the sky in front of you where the masked being once stood, and you hear a scream that sounds like 100 children.
Really don't like you.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is this magical?
Yes.
Okay, then I have advantage. Cool. Oh, thank God. 17.
You take 6 points of halved, 3 points of psychic damage. You are not afraid. You will never forget what you heard today.
I'm hearing lots of things, guys. I don't like it.
We're moving back to our Atorchua. Top of the round, Atorchua. You see the battlefield in front of you. What do? You're on mute or we lost you?
My bad.
My bad.
You let me go. Oh, son of a bitch. Atorchua is looking over the battlefield and knowing that he is running low on spell slots, is going to look at Rika and he's going to inhale and exhale. But this time, instead of a 15-foot cone, it is just going to be a 30-foot line right at her.
You aren't going to hurt your teammate. If you're going to go cone, you're going to hurt your teammates.
No, I went in a line.
You're going straight. You're going straight at it. Okay,
Yeah,
roll
straight
for
in a line,
damage.
yeah. So she needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw. What's the DC?
13.
Doesn't matter. She loses.
Excellent. She's going to take...
Roll for damage, please.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Just a lonely 4 points of acid damage.
She starts to bring herself up from her pinned down position with blades through her. Acid spills across her face, and you see her eye sink into her skull. And she screams in the way that someone who knows they'll never look at themselves in the mirror the same way again screams. What do?
How far away is she from me?
Probably about 20 feet, 15 feet maybe.
Atorchua will just walk right up to her.
What do you do?
Right in her grill.
What do you do?
I already dragon breathed her. That's all I can do.
All right, then we move to Cookie.
Okay. I've been slicing and dicing and slaying all day long. What makes you think you're special enough to survive me? And I'm going to take my great axe, since I don't have possession of my trident, right? Or my great sword. Since I don't have possession of my trident, it's currently sticking out of her chest. And I'm going
She's working really hard trying to get off. It's going to take her a minute.
I'm going to again attack recklessly, and I'm going to just slam the great sword down over her head, rolling with it.
She's prone, so you get advantage though.
Yeah.
So at least it cancels out your disadvantage because she's prone.
Don't have any disadvantage.
Well, then you have advantage, and she's having a real bad day.
That's a natural 20.
As Yuki comes over to Rika, and she's desperately pulling herself through a trident that has her pinned to the ground, and blood spurts partially out of her mouth and then out of her ear. And she looks up and she starts to say a curse and an incantation to you, but before she can finish, your blade cleaves her from lip to nose through her left eye, the one that wasn't burned out. And she falls dead, pierced to the ground with a trident, and her head split open. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay, 13.
Also a 13.
13.
14.
14.
19.
Anyone less than a 15?
All of us, I think.
You take 13 points of psychic damage.
Oh, actually, I think it might be too late to use that. I was going to see if I could use my, where is it? Tactical Mind. Is it too late to use Tactical Mind? It's when you fail an ability check, I can expend the use of second
Saving
wind.
throw.
It's not an ability check.
Oh, I
it's a
can't do it?
saving
Oh, okay. All right.
throw. So no, they're a little bit different, unfortunately. Good
Yeah,
call,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Good idea,
No.
but not applicable in this situation. Her mouth never screamed, but she screamed. And it pierced through your bone and soul, and the two fighters who were approaching down the stairs turn and run. And the masked fighter floats back, and with the damage they've taken, their masks start to slip. They look up at the group of you, and they wink, and they disappear. Combat has ended. immense blood has been spilled. As you look into the gutter games, almost every judge and participant and person you saw within the infrastructure is dead and burning. And you see a message nailed to the top beam with a knife covered in blood. It simply says, "Acknowledge the Iron Crown." Itano says to all of you, the darkness of these games will never leave any of us. But for what it's worth, here's the winner's purse of the Iron Crown Tag Team Champions. And you each receive 300 gold. Itano says that he will work to try and restore these games if you will burn the Iron Crown down. And that is where we are going to leave tonight's game.
And that wraps up tonight's session. A huge thank you to Josh for stepping into the DM chair and leading us through such a fun and unique one-shot adventure. It's always exciting to explore new stories and characters, and who knows, this might just be the start of more one-shots like this in the future with me as a player, maybe. As always, a special shout out to MAB for the incredible music and ambience that elevated the game to the next level. And of course, thank you to our amazing listeners for tuning in and joining us on this little detour from the main campaign. We'll be back soon with more Tales of the Banded Broken. But until then, take care, keep rolling those dice, and we'll see you next time.